gentlemen, welcome. We are back, episode 4. Back with another episode of the Everyday Gems podcast. Fellas, what's up? How y'all feeling?
What's up?
Yo, we here.
Yes, sir. Listen, man, we didn't really get a chance to introduce ourselves, like, for real. Like, so I want to give, everybody a chance to really introduce themselves. Give y'all a chance to know the people behind the microphone, for real. So I'm going to start with Deontay and let him just kind of, give a little something about himself, and we can go from there.
Yeah, it's Deontay, Southside born and raised. Just trying to make it, man. Trying to be a full-time content creator. I'm trying to quit.
That's what's up, man. Court?
Yeah, this is Court. I'm originally from Arkansas. I've been here about 30 years, so technically I'm from Richmond.
Listen.
Sports enthusiast, fanatic, however you want to pray it.
So listen, real quick about Court, man. I was thinking about this, right? I was driving, I was thinking about this. And Court is a real big football person, right? He loves football. That's his favorite sport. Court had this story, right? I know any of y'all who ever seen Friday Night Lights, remember the last game against Dallas Carter. Court was actually, his father was in the military, and he actually played against Dallas Carter. So, Court, please give us a breakdown of that game and what happened in the final score.
When my dad was in the military, I used to live in we was at Holloman Air Force Base, which is in Alamogordo, New Mexico, and they came to us, and we played them the second game of the season, and they came down in like 4 buses. The first bus was what we didn't realize was just the receivers and quarterbacks and running backs. We thought that was the team. Them boys looked like straight NFL players. So we warming up like, okay, all right, we can get them. Then the linemen showed up. We was like, oh, these boys ain't built like normal people. So we start the game off. They kick off to us. Dude ran it back for us. We up 7-0. We hype on the bench. So we kick the ball off back to them. They politely run it back on us. And it was 77-7 was the final score. So we looked good on the opening kickoff, but the rest of the game was pretty hectic. Yeah, so because at the time they was called Odessa High when we played them. And then later on, they switched the name to Dallas Carter. But either way.
Did y'all play Permian too?
Yeah, we played Permian week 1 and Odessa Permian. But so I didn't travel because I was technically on JV, but they moved me up the second game. And, man, Permian was basically a whole bunch of white kids, and they beat the bark off them because I wasn't there. So What
was that score, you remember?
63-16. It was 63-0. We scored the 16 when they put their third string in.
Straight garbage.
Third string?
Yeah.
Straight garbage.
And we were in, like, the school I played for was, like, nasty. Like, we had 300-pound JV linemen. Like, we was, like, a legitimate football team. We had 100-some players on varsity. Like, it wasn't like we were some scrubs. They just was on a whole nother planet.
Man,
so,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
Odessa High, and they was all black, and it was ugly. Them boys was like, it showed you the difference between high school and college. As soon as they walked in, it's like everyone looked like they was mutants. It wasn't like they had auras around them. It was unreal.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but we started off strong.
Yeah.
Just didn't last long.
It's all good.
Reality hit with the quickness.
I know, right? What's good, Sean? Let me know a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sean, and I'm one of the guys of the pod. I guess you would call us a pod. Let's talk whatever you want to call it. This feels like when you have to introduce yourself the first day of class, and
yeah,
I haven't done that since then, so this is going to be shaky.
Just make it quick and simple like I did.
I'm a Walker Studios alumni, and Tim know what that means. So, yeah, we here, ready to talk some sports.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So, and myself, born in Detroit, raised in Pontiac, moved down here when I was 12, 13, something like that. And it's been here ever since. You know, I'm here in Richmond, yo. I've been knowing these brothers for a long time, man. I met, Court in 2004. I met Deontay in 2006, I believe it was, right? Yeah. And then Deontay, to his credit, kind of like a lot of the homies I got around me right now, like I think like half the people I'm around at this point is through him. So introduced to some good people, man, some good people around him. He's a good brother himself. So yeah, just want to quick introduction, man, and let people just kind of, you know, get to know us a little bit better. We gonna jump into it, man. So episode 4. Y'all watch the Chamber match? Elimination Chamber?
I did. It was real early this morning, but I had to do the replay, man. I don't get up that early if my son lets me get some kind of sleep.
Yeah, I was watching some highlights from the way here. But break that down because I didn't get a chance to really get into it.
All right, they did the pre-show match. They had the Kabuki Warriors defeat Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. Show started off with the women's chamber match. Becky won as expected. Yeah. So she's waiting on the winner of Nia and Rhea in the world title match.
Who was the special appearance in that joint? Was it? Did they have the Jade Cargill girl in there?
No, Jade wasn't.
Nah, she ain't pull up.
No, Jade's not ready.
She bad. I don't care if she's ready or not.
You went straight for the cheeks with this dude here.
She bad.
We had the undisputed tag title match. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne against Judgment Day. Judgment Day retained. We had the men's chamber. Drew McIntyre, he took that. So him and Seth going at it at Mania. We had the Grayson Waller effect segment with Cody and Seth there. Cody called out The Rock for a one-on-one match. Whether it happens or not, I don't believe so. I think it's going to end up being a tag first night.
Yeah,
Rock
Cody.
and Roman against Seth and Cody.
Yeah,
and
Cody.
basically 3 guys in the match gonna have double duty over the weekend.
That's crazy.
And the finale, we had Nia Jax against Rhea Ripley for the world title, and Rhea retained in her hometown. This is not the Vince era. You do not lose in your hometown all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good reference too.
I like Rhea Ripley.
Hey, superplex off the top rope, kick to the head, riptide. Yeah. Fold her up like she does everybody
She
else.
picked up Nia Jax?
I just got a thing for goth
That's
chicks,
crazy.
so she's always going.
That's crazy.
So, overall, what you think of the?
It was a decent show. I give it a B minus. Give it a B because a lot of it was
Predictable.
I knew the winner of every match was going to be. I predicted that. So, but predictable does not mean bad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
The only thing that I have noticed, right? Well, I said the only thing I've noticed, but one of the things I've noticed is the protection of Randy Orton. That I'm not a fan of right now. Only because he's not like, he's in these main events, but he's not losing like everyone else is just taking these L's. Like this one, I did see, like he had Drew beat and he got hit with some brass knuckles and then he was by, what's the boy name?
Logan Paul,
and then he was sleep after that, but then he got beat.
But go ahead.
But saying then the last one with the 4-way match, he didn't take the pin. He lost that, but it was AJ Styles took the pin against the Roman Reigns, and then that's only been the real match he's been in that's had some type of worth to him right now. Now he beat what's the boy name on SmackDown? What was it? He beat Solo, right? No,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
He
beat Jimmy on what you call it, the RKO. So
and he's beating Sammy. He's beating him too. But
he hasn't really lost like.
It's Randy Orton. He's
Yeah.
a legend, and right now that I feel like
He's a
that's
Paul
setting
Levesque
up.
guy.
That's setting up the match because let's, in all honesty, look at the people that were in the chamber. Nobody has any kind of beef with Seth Rollins anyway. Everybody on there is on SmackDown except for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
bring
it's
that
like
up.
it's predetermined. We know Drew is winning this. You know?
That's a fact. That's a
Nobody
fact.
else has any kind of beef or even showed any interest in winning the title from Seth. It's just, okay, I got an opportunity to have a title match at Mania. I'm in the chamber.
That's what I noticed. Like looking at it, I was like, oh, well, Drew the only one, and everybody else SmackDown, so it's gonna be Drew. So it makes sense because you want Drew strong.
You just
Who got pinned first?
the first person out was Bobby. Bobby speeding. Wait a minute.
What a surprise!
He go with this.
Oh man,
But I mean,
That's how I felt,
But
though.
look at the names. Like they really like the LA Knight dude. I think he all right. I think he's a little bit of a
went out
ripoff,
second,
but
look,
I'm
Bobby
not surprised.
But Bobby does not just go out easy. Bobby
Oh,
took
no.
he speared Logan Paul through the pod. He already has a banged up elbow anyway, and he hit his arm on the way through through the pod. Comes out, eats a Claymore right to the face. Get him back in the ring. He's another Claymore. So, and that's one of the most protected finishers in the business.
Yeah.
So he took 2 of those, and he's already hurt.
But yeah, you know, Lashley gonna always. You're not gonna beat Lashley with one finisher, but how often does he? How the push for him? Them days I think have passed.
Well, he had his run. Everybody.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When you have a stacked roster, everybody can't get pushed at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the wrestling community that I can't stand because everybody wants
they want
everybody to get
everybody
pushed
should
at the
get
same
pushed.
time. Like, it's
You
not
got to kind of wait your
possible.
turn.
It's not
But even
possible.
that's a fact. You can't. But there's certain people you just be like, bro, like they overlook at times. And I think even with that, there's certain people who, like, if they had a good run, it'd be something different. If they had a good run. Like there's certain wrestlers who will
Like who?
Like Bobby, like, I don't think when he was a heavyweight champion, I don't think his run was good.
But I think he got hurt. It was
I
kinda
think he fought
stymied
Goldberg
that,
twice, right? For me, that's like a whatever.
You talking about the first run or the second?
The second, his last one. After the one
well,
he
the
beat
last
Drew.
one when he lost the title because Brock Lesnar and his buddy Vince McMahon made sure that Brock won the title so he can do the unification match with Roman Reigns.
And I thought that was cool.
Okay, well, he didn't even get beaten that chamber. He was taken out.
Yeah.
And basically gave up the title that way.
Yeah.
Kofi's another one. I didn't like the way Kofi's run was wrong. They did that boy real wrong. Big E, wrong. Did that man dirty. And I'm not trying to say it's
We're
all
noticing
one.
a pattern here.
Yeah,
but,
we
I
are.
mean,
Hey,
but-
We are.
But I think one
No,
joint.
the pattern is Vince McMahon.
No, that's a
Oh,
fact.
that's the
That's what-
pattern.
that's
It's-
what I was
That's a
We're
going
not
fact.
going to do this.
I won't-
We're
I
not
won't- I won't
doing
go in
this.
there.
I
would-
Because
yeah.
first of all, no one even cared about Kofi until that
Absolutely
run right
not.
before WrestleMania. No
Yeah.
one cared for him to be a single.
It's-
and he had a
but
run.
it's
with the
always
title. He had
down
the
to
belt
Vinny.
for 6 months.
But he didn't have a good run. You think that was a good run? Not to say it wasn't him
He's
having.
a mid card guy.
But I don't think they did it. A mid card guy can be a really. If you give him the title run the right way, I don't think they did it the right way. That's why that was my issue. It wasn't the fact he's not a mid card. I'm not saying that, but if you don't give him the title, don't have him fight dudes that you know he gonna win.
He beat
at
Randy.
huh?
He beat
He beat Randy. I'll give him that one. That's about it. Because my thing is this. Like the whole the Brock Lesnar thing, that bothers me to this day. It ain't the fact that you got beat by Brock.
Is the aftermath?
It was the way
it's
you
the
got
way.
beat. Could you have like just kick out of one and maybe take another
Yeah.
one? Don't just you jump to that man's arms and flop on the ground with it. Bruh.
That's what Vinny wanted.
What I'm saying is the only issue I had with the Kofi run was right after you lose the title, it's like you didn't even care.
Yeah.
You didn't even
Yeah.
you didn't even push for no rematch. You ain't
Yeah,
you just went right back to
Well, we don't
But
know.
I think he
Booty over.
realized.
we don't know if he did push. It probably was Vince
I think he
like-
realized it was business as usual.
we're talking in kayfabe stance. When
Oh, yeah.
Kayfabe stance. He didn't show any interest of trying to get the title back.
Yeah.
He just brings it up every now and then. I'm a former world champion. We know.
It's
But
like you was happy to be there, and that was it.
Yes,
Like,
you had
Even
your-
when he won
you
the
had-
joint, it was like, bro, what are you?
You had your
Shout out to
6
Daniel
months.
Bryan for taking that, that L. But again, it's just certain people, like you said, Vince doesn't do right. Even if he got a rematch to Brock,
I think Mark
And Brock
Henry
beats
joint
the
kind of
brakes
shocked them.
not
When they put it on, when they put it on Mark Henry after 15 years, I don't think they expected the fans to really go get behind Mark Henry
Well, the
because he
Hall
had a
of-
nice little run,
with
and
the
if he
Hall
didn't
of
get hurt,
Pain. And he
Yeah.
was- and
if he
who
didn't
was
get hurt,
who was
he
beating
probably
Randy-
would've kept
Randy
going.
Randy Orton,
Yeah.
but Randy
Yeah.
Orton is a person who don't mind doing business.
Yeah.
He don't mind doing business with anybody. I think Randy Orton knows. You don't hear too many people say they don't really rock with
Because
Randy.
you look at it like this: Randy Orton knows he's always in the hunt, even if he's not in the hunt.
That's a fact.
So if
gonna
he
be
was to
around.
ever be like, yeah, let me go ahead, let me touch that goal for a little bit,
yeah,
they would make it happen because they know he's willing to get somebody over.
he gonna do business. He
In the
gonna do
words of
business.
Ric Flair said he wants Randy to be the guy to break the record, but he need 3 more reigns. I don't think it's gonna happen because I don't know. I don't know if that back is 100%.
Nah,
And I think that's probably why they taking it easy with him. I think they trying to let him get his legs back as far as
when you say that you
before
got
he
a
get
point
another
about
run.
that, you got a point about that. I ain't gonna say get another run, but I think that as far as like I think last night, well, this morning, whatever, I think that back probably was like he
little
was
tight.
favoring the back, but I can tell it was it wasn't just a fade. Like,
it ain't
nah.
just selling.
Yeah, I think he was really
Yeah.
hurt last night. I think he was really hurt last night. Did you think that too? Or?
I've been thinking that since he hit that one on that RKO on Sammy on SmackDown a few weeks back. I was like,
He
you
moving a little
selling
slow.
back for no reason. Like you don't want, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, that don't look like selling to me. That look like this shit hurt. You know what I mean?
So who do y'all think will actually take the belt off Roman?
Off Roman is gonna be Cody, but I don't believe it's gonna happen this Mania.
Really?
I really don't. I've been
Why Cody?
Cody's the top guy now, bro.
He's
the
hot.
face. He's the face.
He's hot.
He's the face of the company now. It all started with the whole move from AEW. You take one of their biggest.
Yeah, you
guys,
take
even though
their-
the AEW
their
crowd
guy.
turned on Cody a long time ago.
Yeah, they did.
But you took one of the EVPs of the company. You
Yeah.
took him, and then you showed. You done forgot all about Stardust and all this.
Yeah.
And that. You
Yeah.
push him to
Yeah.
the moon. The guy's only taken like 3 losses in 3 years. So how is he
And
not
two
gonna
pins. Two of those was like 2 pins, and one was he passed out. Right? Is that right?
Oh, the
He
Brock
should.
Lesnar. Oh, yes, he didn't even tap the Brock.
He just passed the hell out.
So what do y'all think about Punk?
Punk hurt, so.
Well, I am very anti-Punk. So, do we really want to go down this road?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked that he actually came back.
And the only reason he came back is to stick it to AEW. The only reason.
But you
fact. He
can't
was-
be punching niggas in the face. Man, my bad on
Nigga, no.
my bad on the word.
No.
But you can't be,
He meant to
you know,
say
saying
nicknames.
tussling
Yeah.
with people in back behind the scenes on, you know, what I'm saying unscripted. Like you just back there bullying people. So
That
He act
whole
like his
back to
stuff don't
scenes-
stink, yo, and that's his biggest issue.
That whole stuff with the backstage at AEW was that alone was wild.
Yeah.
Along
Which,
with
which
what
one?
It
The
wasn't
first one or the
necessary.
second one?
All
yeah,
of it.
he got away.
All of it.
They
really.
let him get away with a lot before they finally
Well,
clipped,
that's
clipped
Tony
his
Khan's
wings.
fault because he can't run the company. Honestly,
That's a fact. That's
I
why
say
they hurting now.
he put too much stake in Punk. Especially after
absolutely.
the press conference. This is my plus Delta, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that Punk already is an ego guy. Already is an ego guy. So you put that in there, I'm gonna touch him. And then he already didn't like the Bucks and Kenny and then all this.
Yeah.
He says what he says. Tony Khan just sitting there,
Yeah.
not even trying to cut it off. That led to brawl out. Then suspensions for both, you know, all parties involved.
I'm not a fan of Punk.
It
Not
just kept unraveling. Like it was just like it never got dealt with properly, and then it just kept getting worse.
Do you think his in-ring work is good? Like I don't think his in-ring work is
right now,
I don't think it was ever really good. I think it was depending on the person he.
young Punk?
His mic
Way
skills
better.
is probably what getting him over.
yeah,
the
the mic-
charisma
I give
factor.
him, I give him that, yeah. But I think in-ring work, I'm just be like,
Talking about WWE.
we
period.
talking about- he's
I
talking about
never
period.
thought
ECW
Punk was
a whole different animal.
but I never
But that
thought
was Ring of
Punk was
Honor
like,
Punk, basically.
was like
Yeah.
like in-ring work was like crazy. I never thought that about him.
But again, you're a Shawn Michaels guy, so it's kind of hard to put him on that level. Like he's not Shawn Michaels.
I think when he
But
was
neither
in
is a Kurt Angle. But I think Kurt Angle to me,
But Kurt
in-ring
Angle-
work wise is like the third best of all time.
But his wrestling package is far more extensive than Punk. Like Angle can give you whether you want to go power, whether you want to do technician. Angle can do all of that. You know, kind of like remember like a Dean Malenko. He can give you any type of match, but he's like a jack of all trades. He's great at a lot of things, but not top of anything.
Well, Dean Malenko is a little too. I know we got off subject a little. My bad. I ain't want to go too far. But Dean Malenko to me is too robotic. He's a little bit more robotic than
Yeah.
Bret Hart, which I did not like. And again, Bret Hart for me, people love.
he
Bret.
worked still.
Dean
which
didn't
makes
have no
sense.
charisma.
Boom.
He couldn't
had
talk
a
to
mic-
save
He
his
was a
life.
wrestler.
But he's a
That's it.
wrestler, yes.
But when you put him in that ring with you get a good match, so it worked.
Yeah.
And you had to be
with Punk,
sound.
I think Punk when he was straight edge society, I think that was probably at his best.
What?
If you're not talking ROH,
like pure villain or
just his ring work. Like,
Okay.
I think that was his best. And like I said previously, before he got there, over time I think he got used to that WWE style. But when you put him against the field, it's definitely I think guys you put over him. But
yeah, the holes in the
But
armor.
the thing with Punk
are
is he has
exposed.
such a fan base, he can do no wrong.
Yeah,
basically.
he does. And I think that's
Exactly.
where I'd be like, what?
Like the fans went bananas when his music came on. Like
I think now he's way more polarizing than he was before he left. So that's another thing.
Why do you think that is?
Because the way he left.
yeah, the story behind him
the way he
leaving.
left.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't fault him
He
for
left
how he
there.
carried it when it came to Vince.
He left there and he was gone for a while.
7 years, and
And then when he popped up at AEW, it was big too. He came out in Chicago. It was like Punk's back, and and he was there, and it was still. He's going to be polarizing no matter where he is.
Yeah.
I think that's just him, because everyone has an opinion on Punk. He's probably did more worse to his name than not. So I think that's why. And
Y'all think
I
they'll
mean,
throw the belt on him?
they probably were until he got hurt in the Rumble.
wrestling fans are
Because
decisive.
whoever's facing Seth was going to beat him.
Wrestling fans are.
Why
Why is that?
Mania.
Like I rock
Divisive
with
about
Seth
him anyway.
Rollins.
I rock with Seth too, but he's had his run, and he's basically his
9 months?
story is he's just trying to establish that title as just as high as Roman's, and it's killing him.
Well,
You
the
see,
only
his
way you can
body-
do that is-
his body is breaking down. He's defending it too much. He's trying to be the opposite of Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the
and it's
everyday
breaking-
guy.
and it's breaking him down. His back was so messed up, and then Nakamura and him were going at it about it. Then his shoulder, and then all this and that, and now he done tore his meniscus.
But honestly,
So-
I think he should be the one to end the streak. Like he could end the streak and then
Roman Street.
and then
Absolutely not.
turn around and
No.
It's got to be Cody.
You already almost sabotaged it by throwing a Rock in the mix and having everybody be like, I don't even want to see this. So you throw Seth, you're shooting yourself in the other foot.
Yeah.
It's like, no way.
And on top of that,
it
I
don't work.
But it's like the jabs going across from
But number
Roman to
one,
him.
work.
number one,
It don't really work.
Cody right now is hot as fish grease. He is the hottest thing in wrestling right now. You can't jeopardize that. Now, I will say this. Before this We Want Cody movement happened, I agree with you. I think that they were probably going to have Cody lose again. But after this, I'm like, I don't think because I think the backlash, if he were to be pinned again, and I know they want to probably catch Hogan. They want to probably catch Hogan, which is November, right?
Yes.
I don't think that will be received well if he loses again.
So Roman to have the third longest run.
Of all time, after he passes Hogan.
That's fine.
But look, this is the thing. If you really paying attention to what's going on right now, you got The Rock thrown in here. You got Seth saying he's going to help protect Cody. What if Seth is the one that turns on Cody at Mania? That
What if The
costs
Rock
him the
turns
title?
on Roman?
That too. I thought of that from the beginning, but we have to see where that goes because they have to interact more. Because we know that The Rock he's the high chief, Roman is the tribal chief.
Right.
Now, what's gonna happen in these backstage segments? Everybody comes in their locker room.
Yeah.
Roman ain't for the games, and he's not
Yeah.
for all the joking and playing around. But The Rock does his own thing.
Who got the money in the bank? No one?
Money, what?
Money in the bank.
Damian Priest still has that, but this is my take on
Because
that.
I thought that'd be a way somebody who ain't got no business messing this up could mess it up. Brock Lesnar ain't been seen in a while.
No, Brock ain't coming back.
You're
Brock
not going to
grew.
see
You
Brock.
haven't-
So he's done.
You're not going to see
We're
Brock.
not gonna see Brock. No, we're gonna see Brock.
For other,
We have to have this conversation off mic.
We'll talk about that later. We'll
We'll
inform
call
you.
that other.
But-
We'll categorize that for other. For other.
Yeah, who Jesus?
My bad,
other-
Mr. Lesnar.
but-
your
but-
your
Ain't
personal.
yeah.
No.
Like I'm saying,
Yeah.
For other.
this
along
Mania
with
here-
Vince and other.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
he
why
on
we-
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
won't see. That's why we won't see him.
Yeah,
for
we'll
a
get
while.
back to that because that's a
Yeah.
whole different conversation.
But yeah, back to
Put
what
a
I was
pin in
saying. Back to what I was saying. This Mania has so many roads it can go. There's a lot of ways this finish for this main event can go.
can. Yeah.
Because the more you think about it, like I said,
They can get creative out of this.
Cody
Almost debacle.
Cody and Seth had beef for how long until Cody got hurt, right?
You're right.
He kept begging the man to pick him
Yeah.
to make the title the main event match. You go against that and you go get Roman Reigns. Okay, I'll protect you against Reigns. And then he turns on him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that reignites
That
their
was
beef.
crazy.
That reignites their beef. The Rock, they have their tag match on night one.
He may be-
They might lose. Roman might take the pin or something or whatever. And then Rock does something the next night, calls Roman the title. You seen just recently on Raw, Cody lost to Drew McIntyre the exact same way he lost to Roman Reigns.
He did.
Outside interference, he take care of Jimmy. He gets Drew up for the crossroads. Solo. Spike right to the throat.
Yeah.
Then to East of Claymore, match over. Basically, Roman, same way. Spike, spear, end of the match. So
Now that I didn't think about that because on top of that, Seth is dropping that belt at WrestleMania.
yes, Drew
He gonna drop that bitch.
But that's
First
just
match.
off
That's gonna
like
be
injuries.
first match, huh?
That's probably off. His body's breaking down too.
that's a part
Because
that goes with
again,
the story too.
they
Because
rock with him, so him being the champion. But I think, like you said, he probably needs a break.
So you think he meant no, but I think he's saying more of a jealousy thing. Like
it's that with
jealousy
Cody. Yes,
with
with
Cody.
Cody.
That's why I asked about the Money in the Bank. Because if I'm somebody who wants the belt,
I have a theory with that
I
too.
challenge Damian Priest for the Money in the Bank since he babysitting this thing. He had it forever and a day.
Still got 3 months with it.
I
think he
challenge
gonna,
him. Take the
somebody
Money in
try
the
to
Bank
take the
from him. If pull an edge. If I'm
Like he did with
Seth
Kennedy,
Rollins,
like he did with Kennedy.
now I was gonna
If
say,
I-
is he gonna? You think he gonna pull a
This is all right.
a Seth?
Now see what he's saying.
no, if I'm Seth,
what
I
he's
lose the
saying,
belt.
Mine is similar to that, but it's like this. Seeing Damian Priest is basically inapt to cashing in this briefcase.
yeah, he's more tag
'Cause
team guy
but you
now.
see, he's not even. Nobody's going to get it off Roman that way because it's not going to work. Bloodline.
No.
But look, this is what Priest can do. They'll lose the tag titles to Awesome Truth, which is probably going to happen.
Yes, more likely. Yeah.
Now, this when Seth and Drew go at it, Drew wins the title. His whole thing, what's his whole point of turning heel? He wants to win the world title. He's getting tired of being screwed all the time, right? He's been winning lately because of all this outside interference, the same thing that he was mad at initially. But his thing was he never got to hold the world title in front of a crowd. So now you win the world title in front of a crowd, they're
Get
booing you, and then Priest cashes in and takes the title from him, and that will make him even more insane
That is
than
a
what
nice
he's already
twist.
is.
That's a nice twist.
It is. That's
But
a
you
really
want
nice twist.
Damian Priest to have a belt?
You acting like he's bad.
No, but I see him more in tag matches with Dominic than anything.
Dirty Dom, the GOAT, baby. Let's go.
Man,
Hey man, he's Dominic. but this
Yo,
is what happened. They
I'm
might
a
need to get rid
Dominic
of this
fan,
whole
dog.
Money in the Bank thing because the last few winners of the briefcase have been.
Do you think with Drew getting it would kind of quiet all the talk about where he may stay or not, or, leave or whatnot? Do you think because most times you would think like, well, they pushing him so he's gonna stay. It's like they've had instances where that's happened and people have left. Daniel Bryan is one of them like that. So
Let's not forget about Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
We put the world title on you. I'm gone. I left the next night.
Yeah,
but
so,
I think if they do put on McIntyre,
Do you
I think
think
they
that-
need to give him a Jinder Mahal type run.
What?
Mahal had it for a while. He was in the hunt for a while.
He
hated
had-
that Jinder Mahal run.
Yeah, that.
Of course,
people
but I'm
hated
just
that.
saying, like, people actually kind of like McIntyre's, but have him a little run where
I
it
think
ain't just
he will. I
you
think-
hold it for a night of champions come, you lose it.
I think he gonna get
know what
it.
I'm saying?
I don't see him lose. I don't see him getting it and losing it anytime soon. And I say this because I think that it's gonna be CM Punk because that's the rivalry. So I think he might have it
say
so
that
like
Punk come
SummerSlam,
back.
Survivor
If,
Series.
if, like I said, if that briefcase theory doesn't happen,
Right.
McIntyre holds on to the title until what SummerSlam.
Yeah,
and then we
then
get him
Punk
and
is
Punk
back and
because
then-
that's a money match.
Right.
Yeah, and that's if he's still there, of his contract.
I think that's what's gonna be-
They
I
might
think-
extend him. Well, I know they want to.
Because
Yeah.
I think that's interesting just because how strong he's being pushed right now. And he's been, been good. And that's the thing that's kind of looming over him. You know what I'm
He
saying?
just ain't
As far as like
win-
storyline.
Yeah,
But
trying
also-
to get
Because he's been
the
within
belt
arm's
in
reach
front of
for
the
a
crowd.
But
while.
also to your point,
That's why I'm like, I
It's
wondered would it silence that? Because everybody's kind of,
because he hadn't resigned yet, right? He still ain't
That's what I'm
signed
saying.
yet.
Yeah, because McIntyre's
right.
always been in like the hunt, but they never.
No. But
he
I'm
never
saying
got
that
over the hump.
his contract is up.
It's this year.
Yeah,
but
this
don't-
year. I
but
think it's after
you don't know
WrestleMania,
that.
something like that.
Well, it's you know how like when people get hurt, they add time to it. After Mania last year, he took some time off, so they might have added that time back. So
But they might do this so he don't leave. Try to give him the belt so he don't leave.
But
and
that's
get
what I
him
was
next
Give him a
season.
little
right,
run.
right.
That don't, but we seen when people get pushed, they still leave. That's what I'm saying. Would you think it confirms that, or would it still be in the ad even if he gets the belt offset? That's what
Well-
I'm saying.
we know Tony Khan offers a lot of money, and
You know
but
what
I
I'm
don't.
saying?
But and Drew would be like the big man of AEW. He won't be Drew McIntyre, he'd be Drew Galloway. But hey,
Yeah,
That's what I'm
But
saying.
hey,
That could be enticing to him, because he ain't gonna say what he.
because he'll be the
But
man.
can, you,
Man.
but can you say that about Daniel Bryan? Because I think with Daniel Bryan,
they wouldn't let him do what he wanted to do.
right, but at the same time,
couldn't have
I
the
think
type
he
of
had
match.
had too many concussions and stuff like that. So they were kind of like, we can't. That's
that's-
what I got from his run, kind of dying. That's like, bro, we can't have you doing the same things, and you didn't have what? I mean, because she had 3, 4.
Well,
He was all the way messed up for a while.
but that's what he retired from, and then after overtime, he
came back.
healed up.
I ain't talking about that run. I'm talking about when he came back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not talking about
Yeah,
that
that
one.
last
He
run,
came
then
back.
he had a few matches with Roman. They had
Yeah.
the triple threat at Mania, and then he had the career versus title
Yeah.
match, and then he.
Yeah, I'm talking post concussion stuff.
Yeah.
Run.
But they wouldn't let him. But basically, he's come out and said they wouldn't let him do the type of things he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And then and with AEW, see the thing with that is they have the freedom to work with other promotions.
Yeah.
Lately, Daniel Bryan. I mean, I'm not even gonna call him Daniel Bryan. It's Bryan Danielson has been having matches with guys from New Japan,
Yeah.
CMLL, all these other
Didn't Dolph get over there and get a belt just recently?
Nick Namath.
Yeah.
He just won.
Nickname it. Yeah.
He don't use Dolph Ziggler anymore.
Yeah, he literally he just.
So he's permanently gone from the WWE?
They got him out of the way.
He was released in that last batch of releases. And
Yeah.
yes, he's gone.
But John Morrison too, didn't he get?
John Morrison is Johnny TV and AEW. He's been in
Johnny
AEW.
TV.
He's because everywhere he goes, he's Johnny. Insert last name.
Yeah.
Johnny TV.
That should be his next one.
Johnny insert here.
Me, you used to joke about this. Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact,
Yeah.
whatever promotions he's in.
Johnny
I thought he was going to show up
That
as Johnny
should've been the next
AEW,
one.
but Johnny TV.
I'm calling Tony tonight.
So-
I used to rock with Morrison.
Tell Johnny
man.
to
So
change his
he
name.
what? So what's the right now the card for WrestleMania?
So
is-
far, all right, we have Rhea Ripley against Becky Lynch for the women's world title. You got Io against Bayley for the other women's title. Roman and Cody for the undisputed title. Seth, Drew McIntyre for the world title. What's that? That's 4 matches so far.
The
Everything
tag
else,
teams.
I think
everything
triple
else
threat.
is this is speculate. We're gonna speculate the rest of the card because the tag match isn't confirmed yet. None of these matches, you know, what I'm saying, those are.
triple threat for the
guaranteed.
U.S. Triple threat for the U.S.
Roman, excuse me, Randy Orton gonna end up fighting Logan Paul after that.
You don't
brass
think KO
knuckle
gonna be
field.
in?
He might be in it too, but
Because that
KO
feud ain't
man.
done yet. I think it's gonna be KO involved in that too.
But that was the thing that was going on in that chamber. His whole thing so infatuated with beating up on Logan Paul caught a RKO.
I think that's gonna be a triple threat right there for that belt.
And now, definitely, this is going to happen. AJ Styles against LA Knight. It's going to happen.
Oh yeah, that's I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
definitely
AJ ran in there when LA Knight hit his finish on Drew, was ready to get him. AJ coming through the door while they taking Bobby out. He came in.
Wow.
Chair shot. Styles clash on the chair. That's
crazy.
but hey, it was just a fact.
Book it, Trips. Book it. You
He
gotta
got
get
it.
creative, Trips.
He got it. He gonna do it. That's. I mean, AJ can carry a match. So at what 46, 47?
Yes.
That man, boy, that dude different.
Yeah.
And who else
Been
we got?
different.
Okay, who else we got?
Well, the rest of these are speculated matches. You know, Judgment Day against Awesome Truth because they've been building that story. For a while.
Got you.
Every time the Miz comes on my TV, I change the channel.
I'm weak. No, real quick though. Real quick, what do y'all think? If you're watching, who do you think right now has the best storyline leading to WrestleMania?
This whole bloodline versus Cody situation.
Tribal
Because
Chief. What we
because
doing?
it's entwined with so many people, and I basically just gave you 6 roads you can take.
Yeah. I like that. I like that Bailey.
I love
That Bailey storyline is dope.
Do you trust Dakota Kai? Is she down with Bailey, or she would?
I think she trade her.
Yeah.
I think she gonna trade before that happens.
Matter of fact, she might mess around and
Cost Bailey a Mania?
and then it turn into.
No, I think Bailey win it.
Nah,
Bailey ain't been in
I
the hunt
think-
for a minute, right?
Do they have a women's Money in the Bank?
Yeah, but that's no woman keeps the briefcase more than a night. They cash in the next night.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, who has it?
No one has it. It's been cashed in already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So,
EO.
I think-
EO cashed it in. That's
No,
how she won
I
her
think
title.
that's how. I think Bailey wins, and that girl's gonna win the Money in the Bank and come at Bailey.
But I don't think they have Money in the Bank that night. Money in the Bank is a whole event by itself.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like when Money in the Bank comes around,
Oh, yeah.
she's gonna end up winning it, and then
I
that's
see
the
what you're
whole
saying.
betrayal of Bailey's gonna kick in.
Oh, you mean her and Dakota will still be cool until then?
Yeah, because I
Okay.
think she's gonna help fend off the whole Kabuki Warriors thing and all them. She'll kind of mediate, and then she's gonna mess around and win the Money in the Bank, and that's when the backstab will come in.
we know Dakota Kai's history. She's turned on everybody she's ever been friends with, so I don't trust
Unless
her.
Jade Cargill comes in. looking all
Bianca.
extra
Book it,
tasty.
Trip.
Well.
Book it, Trips.
I don't think that's going to. This might be
got
Bianca's match. Bianca might go with Tiffany Stratton.
You think
They've been going
fair.
at it a lot lately, and then they had their stuff going on in the chamber.
You don't
also.
think it'll be what's her name? Who she got? Who cost her the match last night or this morning?
Who? No, I ain't hear what you said. Say that
What's her
again.
name? Bianca got beat by. She got pinned by.
She got pinned by Liv, but
Right.
but I don't think that's a cost because
Isn't that twice though? The Royal Rumble.
Liv got her out in the Rumble.
Right, Liv was the one pulling on her hair or something like that.
That was
right?
Tiffany Stratton.
No, Tiffany Stratton. But then Liv
Yeah.
was like kicked her, eliminated her, and now she just pinned her. So I'm thinking,
That might be a little feud.
I got Bianca turning pretty soon.
She needs to because she's hitting level. Well, me and you've had this conversation off, Mike. She's the female John Cena of 09 right now with me.
Hey, but she's sweet though, bro. I don't like
She bad.
Johnny Boy, but
She bad.
yeah, you know I'm a Bianca fan. Every time she loses, I'll be mad.
Well,
Come on,
you're
bro.
only mad once a year.
exactly.
Random.
She
I
don't
be
take
mad.
that many
Come
of
on, Vince. What? Come on, Vince, you messed up, dog. Man, you fucking up.
them.
No, but so far is that all the matches we have, or
We got 4 confirmed and a lot of stuff you can see where it's going.
got you?
But 4 confirmed.
Okay. So it's gonna be good. We have to revisit this, man, and see where it goes. But like right now, I think it's shaped up to be a good WrestleMania. We got to hit one of them Jones one year. We got to hit one.
We could have hit this one. It's in Philadelphia. It's right up the road.
But it like,
But do you want to pay
17,000 for
do
those
you-
blues? I ain't-
You want to pay that 5-6 bands and sit in?
We better off going to the Super Bowl.
Don't let us be in.
Oh, you mean
I'm
6
good.
bands and sit outside the Super Bowl?
That's
Hey,
parking lot fees.
If it's in Dallas, it's worth it. Because hell, the screen outside of the Dallas stadium, yeah, you may well be inside.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
can be at home.
I feel it.
I can
Front
be
of-
at home also.
with a pizza.
Yeah.
With a pizza.
You'll say that if Tennessee going.
If we going, I don't care where it's at.
You see what I'm saying?
I'ma still be at home with my blimp over my house. They say tighten up on it.
Crazy.
Oh my God, yo. So dog, transitioning, man, basketball. My bad, I'm tripping off the blip. Second half of the season. What y'all any predictions? What y'all thinking so far?
Milwaukee has to get it together. They just beat Minnesota. They got a good get back win against them. We got to find out if OKC and Minnesota are for real in this last back end. OKC got a big win over the Clippers. And we're talking about a fully stacked, everybody played. And won't nobody
SGA.
listen.
SGA.
He's that guy. I've been trying to trade for him in fantasy basketball all season.
cancel that.
But the guy that I'm trying to
real
get him
quick.
off, he wants Anthony Edwards and something else. I said, no.
Absolutely.
It's a straight up trade. Come on, bro.
I think that win kind of put some more eyes towards OKC. I think people were just looking at, they're young and fun, and
They're not ready.
Yeah, they're not ready. And then that win, I think people
They
was
know how to
like,
draft over there.
well, they might be.
49 first round picks.
What do y'all think of that Olympic thing? Because it seemed like everybody who went to the Olympics, whether it's the U.S. or other teams, that jump has taken. Like, saying Shea, I think he plays for Canada, and he was lighting people up during that little FIBA thing. And coming to the season, he been acting a fool, just like Ant-Man.
Might have
So,
impact.
you know what I'm saying? Like, over history, guys, that up-and-coming guy who plays in whether it's the FIBA or the Olympics, that next basketball season, you see the jump. So, yeah,
I think it's a
that
real thing. A
OKC
lot
thing,
of them have.
OKC scary.
A lot of them have.
So that's where the whole talk with Anthony Edwards came from.
Yeah.
The FIBA
Yeah.
thing. Like the second coming of 88, 89 Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
That's what they saying. He
People need to
plays
pay-
like him,
I-
but he
but
Pace
I
yourself.
think he do.
But what? Go ahead.
I was saying, just going with it. You was all the Mavs. They went on this streak.
Wait, 8?
Can they keep it up? Like, are they going?
What they got? 8 in a row?
Yeah, it's about 8, I think.
But they beat Phoenix the other night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got them. People are starting to look their way, seeing what they doing. The Warriors are
I'm about to
scraping
say
by.
that.
Still in that 10th seed though.
Yeah,
They gonna
still
be
in
all
the
right.
tenth,
They
yeah.
got a ways to go.
Yeah, they got ways to go.
But no, they got what?
But-
They beat LA the other night. What are they?
And
2
they
games
sti-
behind LA?
they
2
still-
games? 2.5?
They still 2 games.
Yeah, 2 games. 2 games.
2 games?
Is it 2?
I think it's
Yeah.
2.
Well, let me say
Because the Lakers are 30
31 and 27,
and
Golden
Golden
State
State
29 and 26.
Okay. So yeah, you got. So though, people gonna be looking at those. Can they keep that up? Is it just the comp they played that's kind of making it look better than what it is, or they really gonna get high. The MVP conversation, I feel like is heating
Now
up.
the Embiid is ineligible.
Now the Embiid's out, and then you got Tatum made that comment.
That he's
I think
the best player.
Yeah, and I think people, the reaction to that. So, how y'all feel the MVP race is looking?
It's up.
I
in the
feel
air.
Tatum is in there because best player on the best team. That's one of the features
So
of.
that's your.
That's
criteria?
not my criteria.
Okay.
I'm going by off widespread. I'm not just narrowing it
Yeah.
down to what I think.
That usually gets you in the hunt.
I'm asking you what you.
I feel
Your criteria.
My criteria is. I'll give you
Compared to that.
I'll give you a
Compared to
prime
that.
example. When Russell Westbrook won it as a 6 seed, the guy carried his team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
no help.
Right.
Man was averaging triple doubles and beating top tier teams basically with just him.
Yeah.
And you got it every single night. No low management, nothing like that. He was playing the best basketball out of all the star players that's in the hunt.
Definitely
and he
deserved it.
definitely deserved that MVP. That's my criteria.
What's your?
I think it's up in the air, but personal, I think right now Alexander got to be leading, dog. That kid
He's in the three with me.
is
Yeah, he in the
not
three with me.
playing. Like I see, to me he should be the favorite, especially with Embiid being out. I mean, Anthony. There's probably about 6 people that could potentially win this. I don't think it's a clear-cut favorite this
Oh
year.
no, it's always 3 that I feel
Yeah.
like in the front, and you got.
And then
'Cause
you
you know
know,
Jokic is
you know
gonna
it's
always
voter
be in there.
fatigue for Joker, but Joker out here getting triple doubles and not
Bruh.
missing a shot.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I think he's gonna
just
always be in
quietly-
the hunt.
Yeah, he's just quietly
with that,
in the mix.
before I give you my pick, do you think that team is as good as they are right now without him?
Who, the Nuggets?
Yes.
Without Joker?
Yeah.
I'm asking, are they as good? Are they just as good without him on the floor? If he's
No.
injured and out, are they
No.
still what 4th, 5th seed?
No,
No.
they're 6, 7, 8 seed.
They're still in the playoffs, though, right?
Yeah, they're definitely a
Without
playoff
their
team.
best player,
Without him, they're a playoff team.
then I wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, because they got they still
I
got
wouldn't
some
give it to him.
talent. They got some young
wouldn't?
guys on the bench.
I wouldn't say it's him. I would
But-
probably just go with the best player on the best team, which would probably be Tatum.
But I don't
So
think
that's your
Boston.
criteria?
I think the same
This
thing
year,
applies
yes.
to Boston.
Which sounds weird, I know.
You take Tatum off
I
Boston, them dudes is
What's
6, 7,
what's your
8
personal
seed.
criteria? Not this year, just your personal
I think
criteria.
the best player in basketball should be the MVP every year, regardless of
Okay.
with what it is.
Because I was just wanted to see, because that conversation, like the MVP race always has that, like, that
It switches.
discussion.
Yeah.
Not even switching. I think the networks have their little way of selling it and trying to,
Yeah.
like,
Yes,
hype
and then
it.
you have them trying to swing it a
Yeah,
certain way,
and they do it
but you
every
need to
year.
Give me a criteria.
That's what
Put
I'm
it-
saying.
What makes an MVP?
That's why I asked y'all, because I'm like,
Dark horse Jalen Brunson.
I think when I say
He'll never
mothership,
win it, but
when I
he's
say
been-
mothership,
he's
I'm
got
saying
them boys
ESPN.
balling.
Gotcha,
He's the reason they be doing it. It ain't Julius Randle when he was healthy.
I feel like the mothership overall kind of like dictates it. Because they'll have like Stephen A. or Perk come out and be like, bring up a guy. Like he just did it with Tatum. And it's like, okay, but your criteria last year want this, and now you switching it.
Can't push the bar every year.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what Shaq be saying. He's like, so you saying it's the best player on the best team, so it's this person. But if you want this person to win it, then you can't. That's not the criteria. That's not what you're saying.
And they do that, and like last
the,
year,
the goalpost gets moved
they
a lot.
moved the goalposts a lot. And like last year, they went. Well, Perk had the whole, well, the white voters is voting for Jokic, and it was just like,
And
bro,
I did not like that at
So
all.
it's like,
I'm
with
just-
that being the
nasty.
case,
They
then what
cr-
the,
they
and the way they
cried for
balling out,
Embiid to win.
Yeah.
But if you
And it was
really
nasty.
and if you really thinking about it, I mean, in a sense, because of how they've been balling here the second half of the season, and as good as he is, you can make a case for Luka.
it is a big case when
They
you
want.
make a case for
I think they
Luka.
kind
He
of
would
want
be
him.
They've been wanting Luka to win it for about 2-3 years now.
Luka
But he at my
might
three.
be the guy. Like that
like,
man,
he scares
makes
people.
me angry when he play ball. Not because he's trash, but because I watch him hoop, dog, and when he get hot, he be laughing at dude. Like
And
he
he's-
really be laughing.
No,
at
he's the
I would
modern day
fight him.
Larry Bird. That dude moves slow as a snail, but can't no one stay in front of him.
Exactly.
all.
And but that jump shot is so streaky.
And it's
It's
like
either straight splash or clank.
but
No
if you
in
look at
between.
how he shoots, his form is hit or
He
miss.
got missiles.
And
But-
I think that's because I just wanted to see what's the way they're going to manipulate it this year. Because last year, like we just said, like Perk had that was nasty work with that
Terrible
whole
take.
thing.
But what about- what
because
do
it
you
wasn't
think?
even needed? What?
But yeah, what's your take on it?
Your take. Who you
For
think is
your
leading?
criteria
Yeah,
and all
or
that.
the leading candidate for you?
I think it ain't always the best player on the best team. I think it's the Russell situation. I think you have that like when you look at it and stand back like Luka,
Some impact
that
on
ain't
the
necessarily
team.
the best team, but you look at what he's doing, it's like he's keeping them afloat, and you're like he has a strong case.
Yeah.
Then you got cases like SGA where it's just like, I mean,
These
damn.
young guys that don't know how to win yet,
And he's winning.
And
It's
he's
like
winning.
you know,
Winning,
what I'm saying?
winning.
You're winning,
and
so it's
he's
like
getting his 30 every
and he's
night.
getting 31. Guarantee you just like, all right, this is so it's stuff like that. I think
Take your spot, Wiggins.
I think
Say.
those are fair. I think that's a fair way to keep it, you know. And if you want to throw in a guy where you just feel like, well, his team's at the I ain't mad at that, but to change that, because if it's Giannis, they're gonna be like, Giannis ain't they'll find someone else. You know what I'm saying? If it's Giannis with the best team, they wouldn't say he's the best player. He ain't.
Why
the
doesn't
MVP.
your boy ever get more MVP?
And they never do it.
The one
'Cause they
time
bet-
he did get it, I believe he was in the top 5. It was the year he averaged 29 a game.
Who, Dame?
And
Yeah.
that was like 2018, something like that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But they just he played in Portland. They just try to find a way to overlook it, no matter how we were the 3rd seed all the time, something like that. But they would try to bring up playoff history for regular season records.
Yeah, that was
for
weird with
awards.
Well, you
And I think
Like, so it's his
like
fault
they-
that every year he played the team that won the championship
I'm-
in the 1st
I'm-
round. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell you something else. I just thought about something else. If that's the case, and I agree with you more too, as far as like, you know,
because they didn't
based off
need
the
to
player.
cry. I ain't want to cut
No,
you
you good,
off.
you good.
They ain't need to cry for Embiid. His stats and the numbers was there.
Self-explanatory.
He was
Yeah.
balling. It was
35, 10 and 6.
because I was enjoying the race of them three in general area, like Jokic,
Jokic,
like bro, who gonna
Turn
get
the
it?
big
Because
man,
they
yeah.
and
They
it's like
cried for that.
and they
last
literally
year.
had a cry propaganda like
It's the facts.
and it's
the
like
facts.
and it was
Calm down, dude.
But it was like you was stirring something up that didn't need to be there
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
like.
The proof was already in the pudding.
Because the way he tried to do that, it's like it's bull. Because I've seen them have a lot of xenophobic takes that they've had about them three in other instances. So I'm like, you can't hit me with that. I've seen y'all say some wild stuff about Giannis.
You can't castrate him one year and then he's the greatest thing to ever
You know what
happen
I'm
to
saying? So it's
basketball
like,
the next.
because y'all, the first thing they'll say, well, these guys can't be the face of their names. Can't no one say their name. It's like, kids have no problem saying those dudes' names. Are you serious?
I
like,
can just call him Giannis. I don't need
yeah,
the rest
they don't,
of it.
exactly. It's like, it's that simple. So,
You say Joker, you know what we're talking about. We say Giannis, what
Exactly.
we're talking about. You know what I
instantly.
mean?
So it's like, that's
Embiid
a
is
bad
5 letters.
Embiid is not difficult to say. It's like, and his name is Joel. Like, it's not hard. Like, what
Yeah.
we doing? So it's like that was nasty to me, and
I agree.
it's
I
like
agree.
just let the race happen. Like if Tatum gonna get it, let him. Don't try to like manipulate it for because he doing it. He's proven
And
and him stepping out saying I am. He already letting you know what type of time he trying.
And
know
that's
he
that
going
and that's
for it.
that Mamba mentality right there.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's what Tatum needs. Because when you look at Tatum play, you don't get that vibe from him that he's a killer. He's just a guy who can ball.
Well, I tell you, I've explained this to Sean on many occasions. My biggest problem with Tatum is the fact that he's so talented. It's like he's always in half gas, like Vince. It's like he's
Exactly.
always like, bro, like where,
He's just cruise.
bro? You always in cruise control. It's like, bro, if you want to dominate, bro, you probably have about 40 if you wanted to. But you just, I don't know. It's just.
Yeah.
Like I said, that killer mentality ain't there.
Because he settles for a lot of jump shots when he doesn't have to.
time?
I think that's one critique of him that I watch. He settles for a lot of jump shots when he doesn't have to. Like, I think if he was more, I'm going to attack the rim and force you to do something.
Yeah.
Because when he going to make his jumpers regardless, but be more aggressive towards the rim, draw them fouls, get them easy points. Because look,
Because
Russ and Harden, them dudes was living at the free throw line.
Nobody lived there like Harden, but
Yeah, Harden made a career at the free throw line. That man was averaging more free throws than the entire team.
Those were the most like mundane games when he was like in Houston.
Right.
the man
He
shot
was beating the
21 free
ball in the
throws.
ground,
Team.
dog.
But real quick,
And don't let them play like a not that great of a team. It's just like cut this off.
That head bug. Oh, to the free throw.
It's at the logo,
Oh no, the
man.
grab. I grab you.
Yeah.
Foul me.
Yeah.
Nigga was
But
screaming like
it
Lex
always-
Luger. Oh,
The thing
what?
is,
Okay.
it always bit Harden in the butt because when playoff time, he wasn't getting that call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would burn himself out in the regular season that when it's playoff time,
Well, we know.
But I'm gonna
playoff
tell you though,
Harden.
to back to what Sean was saying about the MVP race. I think the best player should get it. It's not necessarily on the best
well,
team.
who is
'cause
the best player in the NBA?
Honestly, my opinion, Steph. Without Steph, them boys have 4 wins this year. Without Steph, them boys have 4 wins. They are
so they're worse than the Pistons without Steph?
They are 4-52 without Steph.
Well, they ain't
How
much
many
better
games he
with
won?
Steph.
like I'm laughing. Like I'm laughing, but I see your point.
They're
It ain't
20,
like-
they've won 29 games this year, and if they did not have Steph, they, at best 5 wins.
I feel like
Five
But
They
we
are
saw,
scrambling.
we saw that the year he broke his hand after
That's
what,
why he should be
ninth
MVP. If Westbrook can, not to cut you off, but if Westbrook can get it, I believe it's
If
Steph
they-
would be the next.
well, if
we
they
got.
getting like 7 or 6 seed, he'll have an argument.
Yeah,
But
they gotta
being
get
at
out the
10th
play.
is just like that hurts him.
Like, bro, you still not
I get where
even
you going,
guaranteed
but
to make
it's
the
the
playoffs.
Yeah.
where they at right now.
He gonna-
hurt
he
him.
got-
You're,
we got
one
28 more
loss
games?
away from sitting here with us.
He got 28 games. They got 28 games left. He can
But
slide
I
up
think
there.
they'll go on a run, though. I think the Warriors are gonna go on a run.
They 10 and 2. They last
kind of
12.
get themselves some cushion between. But I think
They playing a
honestly,
heavy rotation. You think if they make the playoffs, they gonna keep that up? That rotation? 'Cause they
What,
got
Klay coming off
playing
the
about
bench?
10 deep. Yeah, they
Yeah.
about 10 deep right
They
now.
gonna have to.
They should.
Because Klay Thompson's about to go from the $40 man to the $40 man. And $40 Clay.
I got
But
5. That's all you
I
got.
think-
That's all you got.
But I think what
Man.
usually what's going to happen with the Warriors, with Father Time starting to touch them a little bit, they could call DeMarcus Cousins and give him some help. They need another big man who's actually could be productive. They need somebody to
small
kind
ball
of,
is-
and you can get him from basically dirt cheap. I'm sure he'll come back to Golden State, and he fits what they do. They know how to play with him, so he doesn't hurt
In the
them.
West though, he getting it. I don't. Whew.
Hell, it ain't no different than what they got with Looney.
Continuing on just in this same MVP talk, just another thing I saw this week that the whole face of the league.
Oh, and they're trying.
I wanted to go there too. Shannon took me off with that take too, but continue. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
like, I'll just get mine out the way early. I think it's gonna happen organically. I don't think they're gonna try the mothership. When I say the mothership, that's from ESPN. The mothership
Shannon
and people
Sharp,
like them
man,
will do their little puppetry and try to, like, I feel like, force a guy that the people have already chosen. You know what I'm saying?
He has a
in the
wife
other
and
way.
kids. That
Yeah.
take, bro, pissed me off to no end.
So-
Really.
You know,
So I'm a family man, so that makes me the face.
yeah, that's just a bad.
Boy, I tell you, reaching
What do
for
y'all
stars.
think who after the 3 guys that we know to be probably the
I think it's gonna be Luka.
No.
They want him to be who
They want it to be, but it
him.
won't. It won't.
So
What's
then the
your
other option is probably Ant-Man.
It's going. No.
What's your take?
Who, Wemby?
Who's
Tatum.
Tatum? Would be
It's
the
going
face.
to be Tatum.
They'll be
They
Wemby
got.
down
I
the
think
line.
if the Celtics win the chip, then I can see it.
Yeah.
If they get
Wemby.
They're
bounced in
going
the
to
second
win.
round,
They're going to win this year or next year. I
They better win.
guarantee you.
I'll say that. They better win.
They will.
They are the
They will.
49ers
Better
right
win.
now.
Yeah.
They
This is
will.
becoming
They
my
better.
thing.
and when he
I like
went-
it. I like it though. Keep shooting.
shoes fit.
We
can
49ers of the
Look, the
NBA,
ball
bro. You
movement is
got
happening. We
you
getting the
got
ball to
all
you.
this talent, and you just not getting it done.
Hey, I like
It's-
this.
So who do you see it as?
In
kick 'em
all
while I'm
honesty,
down.
I don't feel it's one player that's going to be the face of the league.
Okay.
I feel like it is such the way the league is now, and the way we
It
have
won't be
social
singular.
media and how everything is done now. You can't just have one guy holding on or carrying the league on their
Right.
back now.
I think that.
I feel
So
as a
LeBron's
collective-
gonna be the last one.
And I think
once LeBron's gone, it's like
'Cause
4 or 5 guys, bro.
Well, I don't know if LeBron's carried it by himself.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
LeBron's
but he's
been
been the
recognized.
face of the
He's
league.
been the face
Yeah,
of
he's
the
Been the
league.
face. Okay, yeah.
Even though a lot of teams ate on his watch.
No, I mean like Steph has been since maybe like what 2016, 2017.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's had
since
to
the first
split.
chip, really.
Yeah.
He had to split it for sure.
But bulk of LeBron's career, LeBron
Yeah,
has been the face
for
of it.
sure.
He has, yeah.
And I
So-
think that's what they not taking into account.
They're
That
trying to make it one guy.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's
It's
I
not
think-
gonna be that, and that goes back to what I was saying about like
and most of the guys are
people-
foreign players.
right. The people are gonna gravitate who they gravitate to, because it don't matter that Giannis ain't from here. The kids
Yeah.
still like,
He balls.
I like Giannis.
But I think I want
I
to
like
say it was
Luka,
Gil
like-
who said this. I think he made a valid point on this particular thing is who wants to be the face.
Yeah.
See, Joker doesn't want to be the face. He just want to ball
I
and,
just-
seen that too,
do
yeah.
his thing.
And to
Luka
your-
doesn't necessarily want to be. I'm a
And to
ball.
your
I want the
point-
chip.
and now I think
Can it
Who
be
wants
Giannis?
to be the guy?
Can it be Giannis?
I think it's saying
from a standpoint of he'll be 30 next season.
I think it can, because
He's not a running back. You can be
Yeah.
30 in the face of the NBA.
But
you know what I'm saying?
and
It's
his
not-
game,
but-
his game never has to change. He could average what he averaging now until he retires because of the way he plays, barring any injuries.
But do
because I think the reason I say that is because of the way he plays. If he stays there, like especially because they've been so aggressive in trying to make sure that it's been level with the franchises that smaller
Big market,
markets, and
small
it's like he's in a small market and he's a household name.
He's
So it's
already
like,
won one.
You already won one, so it's like he definitely got a
Multiple. He got MVPs. He got Defensive Player of the Year. He got a Finals MVP.
and it's not really like, well, what else can you really? Because like I said, you can't go to the name thing. The kids can say it, so it's like, what else is your bailout?
He need somebody to design his shoes better. Them joints ugly.
But wait a minute. You say the way he plays. You think the way he plays
Can translate, barring injury.
but
Muscle
how
people at
long does his
36.
body hold up with like that?
Length and agility.
But he's a person that like as a big man who slash to the rim, taking all that contact. You
Yeah.
think that's gonna last past 35?
His game doesn't have to evolve any further than what it is.
If he does not learn how to shoot the
Right.
right way, then his game has to. He's gonna have to evolve. You can't play like that
12 to
past
15
35.
feet. 12
Huh?
to 15 feet, what I need.
He's not gonna transfer. He's not gonna be Kevin Garnett.
A face up 12 to 15. If he can't.
But that is not his game. Past 35, bro, with the way he played, that wear and tear, I think that he
But
might like. Y'all don't think so? You
he
don't
can
think
still
like
be impacting
past
on
35?
rebound. He might not score 30, but he impact rebounding. He can impact
But it goes
blocking.
back to what I'm saying. For 5 years, do you say, okay, you're the face
depends.
for the next 5, and we gonna look for somebody else? Or you say we going young, or somebody they want to
No,
promote?
I think the NBA wants a young guy because the longevity factor.
Going back to what he said, I don't think it's just gonna be one.
Okay,
So
yeah, I feel that.
it's gonna be Giannis, it's gonna be Luka, it's gonna be SGA, it's gonna be
So it's gonna be
Yeah,
everybody
it's
do
gonna be
all state
Ant.
commercials.
It's a
Got
regional.
you.
Like,
yeah, like
yeah, fans go pick who they like.
and they going and like you said with social media, it's like people gonna like you brought up Wemby, like down the line, Wemby gonna be in that conversation.
If he can turn that, if they can turn that franchise around, they can
Instantly.
gravitate to him. They can gravitate to him.
Think of John Morant if he can change his
Yeah,
narrative.
still
Ja
gotta
too
try.
busy bang bang
If-
bang bang.
Yeah,
Or
Giant
if-
get-
if-
They were trying to
think
make
about
him
it.
the guy.
He would
If
want
They were
him.
trying to make Ja the
Ja
guy.
was the
but
guy.
he
They
keeps
wanted.
messing
They're
that
only
up on his own.
Trick City.
Look,
Trick
him and
City.
Zion are like 24,
yeah, they young, but
so they can change
Zion
their
knees ain't
narrative.
gonna last. Sorry,
but
he got to slim
to
up.
go
I
back
think
to
they
what you
done-
said about who won it, like
Yeah.
I think that's what that youth thing kind of play in, because he probably won it, but he ain't
They just
moving
still,
like
he's
he
still
wanted.
getting. I'm
They
getting
all
mine.
getting too much money now.
You know what I'm saying?
They-
That too.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
And that's
affects
a factor.
caring.
Yeah, and that's a
Yeah.
factor
It doesn't
too.
matter. I'm getting paid.
Right.
Yeah, I'm already
I done
set,
made more money than Michael Jordan's whole career in one season.
and I'm not even a superstar yet.
And that's that,
Lonzo Ball,
and
not
that's
Lonzo,
like
not
the-
Lonzo, but
the
Lamelo.
thing with having social
LaMelo.
media too, like that's a catch-22 with that, because it's like you said, I can get endorsements and all that. If I keep clean enough, I can get endorsements and still be relevant, and my team probably ain't winning, and I'm
going for
getting
me.
mine.
I'm getting buckets, but I think that, you know what I'm saying, that'll affect some of those that probably have face potential, but they just.
So you think the league doesn't need an heir apparent? You think it'd be better for the league if it's a variety of people?
I think for
I
marketing,
think it's
you're
gonna
going to
happen that way. I don't think they can control it because they don't. It's just like they're trying to figure out how to get people to care about the All-Star game and all these in the regular season. And stuff
you got to
like
get
that.
the players to care first.
That's what I'm
Can't-
saying.
Them
you
lazy
can't
ass
care
dudes.
when you're getting money.
So it's like that's
Yeah.
the thing where it's like they really
I
can't.
feel you.
Adam's not like David.
Yeah.
He's not. So it's like the way they
That's a very good thing.
It is.
So and the league is still profitable. So it ain't like they losing money, but it's like this is one of those things they got to work through. Just like Stern had to work through different dips and whatnot. So I think
Malice
that's
at the Palace.
yeah, exactly. That the dress code stuff, like all that
Whole lot of-
backlash.
So do you think, and it's not
Chris
to
Paul
change
trade.
it's not to
Chris Paul
change the
trade,
subject because
yeah.
I know we got to go, but just a real quick take. You think that quarterback for Kansas City Chiefs, forgive me, Mahomes, do y'all think that was organic or that was like we gonna give you $500 million for 10 years, make
It was
you the
organic.
guy?
They
and-
didn't see
He
him
deserved
coming.
every
He
penny.
played at Texas Tech.
If
He
you
definitely
go
was
back
organic.
and watch the takes on Patrick Mahomes, all these experts
Got it
said he
wrong.
was trash.
They got it wrong.
They said ain't nobody in this draft worth anything but
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. I will show you the
Shannon
footage.
Sharp
Yeah.
castrated Mahomes.
I
He was
will
like, this
show
was
you
a
the
terrible pick.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So
Nah, it-
don't go by that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm asking. I don't know. I'm
No,
looking
I'm
at
just
football.
saying.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
we're not.
yeah.
We're not
See,
jumping on.
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah.
With
Yeah,
football,
like-
it's a whole lot more misses than hits when it comes to football. Basketball, usually,
Because
them
everything,
top 3 or 4 guys usually pan out barring injury.
everything about Mahomes is like hindsight. Because everybody was like, "Why didn't the Bears get him?" Dog, the scouts had to.
He was not Mahomes at
the-
Texas
the
Tech.
Combine, all that stuff
the
was
only
against
person
him.
that believed in that man was the person that drafted him.
Exactly. So it's like
Everybody was
They
questioning the pick.
They
they
saw
didn't
the
care
potential.
nothing about Cliff Kingsbury, none of that stuff when they drafted him. So it's like they like to bring that up now. It's like that's a little hindsight 2020, man. Like y'all doing that, it's like what? Because that's what they did. It's easy to pile on the Bears for that, but it's like, bruh, at the end of the day, y'all weren't even checking for him. Like you said, it was Deshaun. Y'all were hyping up Mitchell Trubisky in that draft. I remember that.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy.
He was
He
the
was-
second pick?
no, it was like
Wasn't he top 5?
he was
Yeah, he was.
top something. He was in the top 10. But
The Bears drafted that
Yeah.
clown.
We'll get back to that, but no, that's. I mean, it's gonna be interesting who going if they have a face of the league. It's gonna be interesting if they gonna do that or if they're able to do that, or is it gonna be more of a listen? Like you said, it's just the way this brand is, the way it's set up, is just not
because you got to
possible.
think
at
too,
this
he
time.
playing Kansas City. He ain't playing for like New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
I
That's
think
true.
also, as far as NBA, whoever can start the next dynasty.
Too hard to start a dynasty.
Yeah.
The way
Like-
to play a movement, but
Yeah, it's
that's
gonna be
another
it's gonna be
conversation in itself too. But
absolutely. But no, we'll continue this conversation later, fellas. Yeah, man, it's been another. We gotta go. It's been another what? Episode 4 Everyday's podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us. We see y'all next time. Peace.
later.
Peace.